What's the weirdest hill you've seen someone die on? I got a call from a lawyer's office saying I'd inherited a house and $50,000 from my great-aunt Eleanor who had passed a few months before, and I was stunned. Eleanor and I had always been close. While my cousins called her the weird old lady who smells like mothballs, I genuinely loved spending afternoons with her, listening to her wild stories about her youth seducing Navy men and working as a magician's assistant. She never mentioned having savings, never talked about investments. When she passed last year, I was devastated, but I assumed she'd died with nothing. So when this lawyer called, I was in complete shock. I immediately called my cousin Maya to tell her. "That's obviously a scam," she said before I even finished explaining. "Maya, I literally have the lawyer's contact information. I googled the law firm. They're legit. Those scammers are getting sophisticated. They probably found your family tree online and made up a dead relative." I was confused. The lawyer had specific details about my grandmother's maiden name, addresses where my family used to live, even knew that Aunt Eleanor used to give me peppermint candies from a tin shaped like a cat. Maya, he knew things only family would know. She wasn't having it. That's what makes it a convincing scam. They probably hacked your social media and found old photos. So I called the lawyer back and got more documentation. I sent Maya photos of the official estate papers, the death certificate, even a handwritten note from Eleanor mentioning me by name. Maya immediately goes, "Those documents look fake. The fonts are all wrong. And that handwriting? You probably wrote it yourself." I'm starting to get annoyed. "Maya, why would I fake inheriting money? For attention. You've been struggling with your job. Maybe you want people to think you're successful now." That stung. The lawyer wants to meet me in person at his office downtown. That's how they kidnap you. They'll probably harvest your organs and sell them. You're being way too trusting. At this point, I'm losing my mind. The next day, I FaceTime her from the lawyer's office lobby, showing her the building directory with the firm's name, the marble floors, the receptionist. "This is all fake," she says. "You're probably in a movie set. Those aren't real lawyers." I walk her through meeting with the actual lawyer, who shows me photos of Eleanor's house, explains how she'd been quietly investing her seamstress earnings for 60 years. When he hands me the house keys, Maya goes, "Okay, but you probably paid actors. This seems like an elaborate prank to make me look stupid." "Maya, you've been watching me talk to a real lawyer for an hour. The whole thing could be staged. You probably borrowed money to hire all these people just to trick me." I wanted to scream. Here I was, finally having something good happen after years of barely scraping by, and my best friend was convinced I was either being scammed or running some bizarre psychological experiment on her. She started texting me conspiracy theories about how they use fake inheritances to lure people into human trafficking rings. She sent me articles about identity theft. She even demanded I get a blood test to prove I was related to Eleanor, like she thought I might be an imposter. 2 weeks later, I found out Maya had called the lawyer's office pretending to be me, claiming I was mentally unstable and had been having psychotic episodes about fake relatives. She told them I was dangerous and they should contact her instead about any inheritance matters. She'd also called my bank asking if they'd noticed any suspicious activity on my account. When I confronted her with screenshots of the calls, she broke down and admitted she was jealous. She said watching me get money I didn't deserve made her realize how unfair life was, and she couldn't stand that I'd get to buy a house when she was still living with roommates. She actually said, "It should have been me. I'm the one who's worked harder." The worst part? Eleanor had specifically mentioned in her will that she was leaving me everything because I was the only one who visited, the only one who cared. Maya had turned something beautiful into something I couldn't even enjoy.